Is hockey difficult? I don't know, you tell me. We need to have the strength and power of a football player, the stamina of a marathon runner, and the concentration of a brain surgeon. But we need to put all this together while moving on at high speeds on a cold, slippery surface while five other guys use clubs to try to kill us. Oh yeah, did I mention this whole time we're standing on blades 1/8 of an inch thick? Is hockey hard? I don't know, you tell me. Next question, stated Brandon Shanahan when he was asked if hockey is hard. Obviously, there's been a risk while participating in contact sports. The participants involved in these sporting events always know that they can be seriously injured. These brave participants are completely aware of the everyday risk, but the energy that these games bring keep them striving regardless. Over the years, there have been countless numbers of injuries due to the nature of these sports, yet millions of children are gaining interest every day. While there's risk to physical injury, there are much more positives such as keeping people's interest, gaining physical strength, and learning and experiencing the road to success. Do you think it'd be safer for the game of hockey to be played without contact? Well, of course it would be safer, but it wouldn't be the same game. Hockey players are well aware of the risk that and we choose to play regardless. Taking contact out of hockey would not be the right thing to do, said by Scott Stevens when he was asked if he thinks hockey would be safer without contact. The NHL with just stick checks, or the NFL with just as two-hand touch, the games just wouldn't be the same. Contact is part of the game, and athletes are well aware of the risk and what could happen to them if one is seriously injured. But players choose to play regardless. It's part of history. 50 years back, 90% of players would get injured in the season. This was a study conducted by the NHL Injury Prevention Program. These injuries included swelling, stitches, bruising, broken bones, concussions, etc. Now in 2013, players get injured, or 3 or 4 players on a team get injured per season. Physical contact sports are getting safer even though the rules of the games have barely changed. With today's sports technology equipment is getting much more specific and protective. 50 years ago, hockey players did not wear helmets, and most of their protection was leather with a bit of cotton inside. Now we have concussion-proof helmets, hard plastic, and Kevlar padding. Prevention of injuries is increasing due to the industry. Prevention of injuries is increasing due to the technology we have today, and most injuries are very minor, but if contact was taken out of sports, the industry would crash. The Toronto Marlboros organization conducted a study out of Toronto asking citizens if they would continue to watch the NHL or an NFL if there is no contact. 62% of people answered something like probably not. Sports aren't just all about contact, and that's not the reason why people watch, but with contact involved, it makes the game much more intense and exciting. Taking contact out of hockey would completely change the face of the game, said by Sidney Crosby. Strength, power, agility, balance, flexibility, muscle endurance, cardiovascular endurance, strength endurance, and coordination. All these components are attributes that athletes in physical contact sports need to acquire. If athletes lack in even one of these attributes, they won't make it to the professional level. Young athletes are constantly trying to improve their game to make it to the higher level. They understand that the better physical condition you're in, the better your game will be. Athletes are constantly working out and exercising because they know that's what they have to do to improve their game. Although gaining physical strength will help out an athlete's game a great deal, it will also increase their safety while participating in contact sport. The London Junior Knights organization recently performed a study on risk of injury due to size. In a hockey player's minor midget draft year, 15 going on 16 years old, the organization recorded that kids who were under 5'7" and less than 140 pounds took up 80% of the injuries that took place in that season. The organization urges all hockey players to be at least 155 pounds if they're planning on getting drafted. Physical strength isn't just about improving your game or looking good because you're in good physical condition. It also decreases the possibility of injury. This is why it is a necessity to be constantly improving your physical strength. If athletes don't go on to the professional level but are still involved in a contact sport for several years, 9 out of 10 of them will go on to lead a more healthy, active lifestyle than those who aren't involved in contact sports or their sport doesn't demand them to be in top physical condition. This was a study conducted by the Wexner Medical Center. In life, nothing is going to be given you for free. In reality, no one is going to plan your life out and make sure you're going to have a perfect life with a big house, nice cars, and money. You have to work day in, day out to succeed. If you expect people just to hand you things, especially in sports, you might as well just quit now and save your parents money. Athletes have to earn their shifts and sometimes only get one chance to prove themselves in their career, one chance to make them or break them. Sports involving physical contact teaches athletes about what it takes to be successful. The sport teaches them that nothing in life is going to be easy. If they want to make it to the professional level, they will have to experience pain. There's no shortcut, no easy way to be successful. All roads to success, you'll have to experience pain. Anyone who has made it to the professional level in a sport has had obstacles to overcome. They've had a barrier they've had to climb, and there's never been one individual who has reached success that didn't overcome an obstacle or climb a barrier. Athletes learn about the road to success and how committed they have to be to make it. And the ones who don't want it bad enough will end their competitive career around 20 or 21 years old. But there are those few athletes on a team who want to make it to be professional. It is these athletes who embrace the pain, outlast pain, and get through the discomfort. It is these athletes that will make it to the professional level. Their career will be twice as long as athletes who didn't make it to the professional level. The athletes who do make it understand that at the end of pain is success, and this success is well worth the pain they had to go through. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful, said by Eric Thomas. While there are always going to be risk of injury, players are much more focused on positive attributes of the game. To not participate in sport due to fear of injury, I think, is an embarrassment. Injury is a part of life, and it's something that we all will eventually have to overcome, and it's something that will make us stronger as a person. Alexander Ovechkin, the captain of the Washington Capitals, broke his nose in the middle of the game. He went to the dressing room, had his nose put back into place, and got some stitches. He went back on the ice and scored 2 goals that game. We can use injury as motivation to prove to the other team that no matter what happens to you, you will always get back up. This is why I think it is so unreasonable to not participate in a sport or continue on to higher levels due to fear of injury. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, stated by Wayne Gretzky.